Hey, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy Xeno Martinez here with another video. And of course, the Utakata bubble pipe came out, and obviously I had to do a combo video for it. So let's get into it. So starting off with our basic combos, you basically have 4 light attacks that lead into a 6-hit combo. Now, there are some variations to this that you'll see here, which is you can do an additional light attack to throw a kunai at the end of the 6-hit combo to lead to 7, or you can also switch it up by doing 4 hits into the light hit combo and then following it up with a ninja tool like Cooling Breeze. Now, I will admit that I haven't tried any of the other ninja tools, so admittedly, I'm not sure if they will actually work with this combo. Now, for the basic heavy attack, it's just simple. It's heavy, and you can even spam it to throw additional heavies. One of the other basic heavy attacks is just a simple jump heavy. Pretty self-explanatory. But with that being said, one of the other things that you can do is a jump square that basically picks up your enemies, and you can also combo that with a heavy as well, which will lead into a bubble. This weapon also comes with 2 basic air combos, which is light into heavy, and you can also add an additional light attack which will go into light into heavy. Now you notice that when you do the heavy attack after doing the 2 hits or the 3rd hit, there is a group of bubbles which actually can stun your opponent. So now with this one, you can see it's a jump light into light attack into heavy. And that also provides the bubbles, which provides a stun. Now, one of the cool things about this is that you can add the jump light into heavy, which actually provides a stun that allows you to also use ninjutsu such as lightning net or amaterasu. I definitely wouldn't recommend running severing wave or something that takes a longer setup because it definitely won't land. Now with this combo, there's a light into heavy. So 1 light into 4 heavies that ends up leading into a pretty cool combo. And this one is light into heavy into light while they're still in the air. Or 3 lights while they're still in the air, I should clarify. And a different variation of that is this, which is light into heavy, wait until they fall on the ground and then pick them right back up with 4 lights, which is the basic combo attack for the light attacks. Now another variation is light into heavy into heavy attack. And this combination is basically just spamming the good old bubble. So what you do is you pop a heavy, then jump heavy, and then double jump into an additional heavy, which ends up throwing 3 bubbles that will track your opponent. Now this is probably one of my favorite combos because it's 3 lights into a heavy kick into the actual bubbles, which again will stun your opponent. And one of the cool things about this combo is that the stun will also once again allow you to be able to use ninjutsus like lightning net or amaterasu. Now obviously you can see that I was a little too delayed with the response time surrounding the ninjutsu, so definitely don't do like me and be a little bit more faster with your inputs, okay? So this one is also one of my favorites. It's just basically light into heavy, which also provides a stun. I think that bubble group stun is probably one of the best things about this weapon, low-key. And once again, that light into heavy into your ninjutsu. And you could even also utilize this time to pop one of your ninja tools. It's really kind of up to you. But yeah, I really enjoy using this combo. It's really cool, and especially if your opponent isn't expecting, you can catch them off guard. Now with that being said, I will admit that if your opponent is expecting the bubbles, and there's a very strong possibility they will be able to actually dodge the group bubble and therefore missing your opportunity to pop the stun itself. Now I will admit that the advanced combos aren't really too complicated with this weapon. This is basically just spamming the jump light, and just kind of doing that over and over again as the opponent lands on the ground. Make sure that you pop that jump light to pick them right back up. Now with this combo, basically what you're doing is a basic 3 hit light attack into L2 dash forward into the basic light combo, which is the 4 lights. So you're basically going into light, L2 dash forward, basic lights. And this is kind of the same principle, but it's 2 lights, L2 dash forward, 2 lights, L2 dash forward, and basically just repeating it. And that's about as complicated as the advanced moves for this weapon get. So after experimenting with this weapon for quite some time, I will say that it was definitely a lot of fun to use. I really enjoyed the animation for the bubbles and the fact that the bubbles actually do a lot of tracking. And what's interesting about the bubbles is that you'll see from this clip is that when the bubble hits or gets closer to your opponent, it basically speeds up, which I found kind of cool and interesting. And especially if your opponent thinks that the bubble is done tracking them, yeah, no, it's still tracking you. So that'll be a really cool opportunity to catch them off guard. And obviously, as you can see with this clip, that the bubble has some pretty serious tracking. And what's also fun about the tracking too is that even if someone pops into the invisibility with ranges, if you're locked onto them when you pop the first bubble, it does still track them while they're invisible, which is kind of cool. And one of the things I love about this weapon is the fact that you can get into a bubble war with your friends, which was pretty funny. Beyond that, I will admit that I don't necessarily think that this weapon is a must-have. So if you're looking for my recommendation, then I will definitely tell you that if you wanted to hold out and wait for a better weapon, then this is definitely one item in the shop that you can pass. But if you're looking for a particular themed build, like an elemental theme build, or looking for a Jinchuriki theme build, then this is definitely the weapon for you. But one of the reasons why I don't recommend this weapon per se is because its combos are inconsistent. You know, I definitely had a lot of moments where I was trying to do the basic combos that I knew existed and couldn't even do them with enough consistency because the weapon was just super wonky when it came to that. In addition, you know, the bubbles, as you can see, has a lot of tracking, and that's probably one of the greatest parts about it. But if your opponents are aware of the bubble, then they would be able to easily dodge them. So that's something to also keep in mind. But please let me know what your thoughts are about this particular weapon and whether or not you found this tutorial video to be helpful. And as always, y'all, it's hard out here, but what? Your boy wouldn't know. Period.